everyone. Good evening. How are you? I am here with
Good evening.
Latanya Michelle and Miss Nikki Jewel. How are you ladies doing this evening?
Hey, everybody.
I'm good. I'm well. I'm well.
Look at that smile though. I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Nikki, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm
Oh,
alive. I'm
that
happy.
that
I'm in
sounds
good
great.
spirits.
Is it a delay, Nikki, with
Nick
you?
Nikki's is a delay, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had a delay.
I just took my headphones out. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's better. Hello, Angie. You got your Garrett's. I wish I had some. And Pepsi ready.
Garrett's
Karima,
popcorn.
hello. Yeah,
Garrett's
Garrett's
pop-
popcorn. Yes,
Oh, I'm jealous.
yes, yes. Hey, Michelle, how are you? How are you? Hello, Tamika. Thank you all for joining. So I'm in slow motion. I'm like moving in my chair very little because I pulled a muscle in my back doing some house decor. So, um, but I'm all good. I'm all good. So today we are going to be talking about women entrepreneurs. And I came up with this topic because, first of all, it's a lot of women entrepreneurs out there, and we have a hard time in some of these fields that we're in. So we just kind of want to talk about, the good, the bad, the ugly of it,
I
how
can't
we can
hear.
help you. You can't hear?
I can't.
Can you hear now,
Can you
Latanya?
hear?
Yes, we can hear. So we're just going to talk about the good and the bad and the ugly of it, and just kind of see if we can, help some people out, or maybe get your input on, if you're entrepreneurs, how you can help us, just to grow, and for some people to get out of that fear stage that they're in, and just take that leap. Nikki, you want to tell them about putting their business website in the comments so we can mention it?
Yeah. So one of the things that we like to do, especially in honor of women's what is it? Woman, what is it called? Women's, is it history
Yes,
month?
Women History Month.
Right. Yeah, we would like for you, if you have businesses and websites, definitely put them in the comments so we can share and everybody else can see what's going on with you. I did say last week, if you got a business, make sure you have a website so people can go to it. And we'll be doing that more often, shouting people out. Yeah, definitely put the name of your business, what it is, if it's not obvious with the website, and just go for it. Yeah.
Nikki, do you have your own business?
Yes, I do. I have a couple.
So well, first of all, what are your businesses that you have?
Okay. So I have actually three. So I have a consulting business where I provide administrative support services for the government. Right now I'm a subcontractor. Yay, go me. So that's a side business for now, trying to make it my full time. I do have another side business that I'm working on. I won't reveal that just yet, but it's all I got my LLC together. I just got the email that it went through. So I'm incorporated. But
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. And the last one is music. It's music related. It's called Music Lanes Divided, and that's going to be more of a production management style company because I am still singing. I'm just doing the most. But I am concentrating, trying to do one thing at a time. Before I was all over the place. I still am a little bit, but we'll talk about that and
Oh,
navigating. As
right.
thank you, as a woman-owned business and minority-owned, we'll navigate through all of the perils of said business and what it takes on this podcast.
And Latanya, we know you're an entrepreneur. So what are some of the businesses that you have?
Oh gosh. I have a I have a consultant business for veterans and I do VA disabilities for them and I do PTSD coaching and life after the military. and that business. And then I have a media company, Tiger Eyes 360 Media Group, and we do branding and media exposure. And attached to that, we have like different entities. We have 2 magazines under that. Today, I just got approved for my own TV network with Roku
And
and all of that. Um, yeah, yeah. We have Black Men Worldwide, and I have my own cigar line.
I
With
know that's right. Yeah, so that cigar line she told me about, I'm trying to get a line of my own as well. So she's helping me out with that. But so the businesses I have, I just have 2. One, of course, is Delaney Contracting, which is a women-owned contracting company where we provide supervisory skills, project management. We subcontract everything from building an elevator to building a school. So I've learned to do a lot of things in which is not where I started out. So it's amazing when you think you're going to start in one area and how it kind of just redirects you to something totally different. And then I have Triplet Investment, which is my maiden name, and that's a investment company actually that my son recommended that I start. And really, I only have 3 people I invest in right now. So just kind of investing in my children, really, instead of them getting loans from, the bank and paying the high interest rates. I just decided that they just borrow from their mother. Now they're paying interest, but but the interest is not as, high as it would be. And of course, there's no background or application or anything, but they sign contracts just like everybody else. But and then I do some smaller investments where people have to sign contracts as well. But those are the
That's dope.
2 business. Yeah, we just figured. Well, we didn't figure. My son figured that it made sense because he said I had scared retirement money. So I'm like, no, retirement is for when I retire. So I need to let my money sit. He's like, Mom, no, that's not what you need to do. So once we had a family meeting, I mean, it kind of made sense.
Right.
It kind of made sense. So, other people have been doing it for a long time for their children. So, I'm starting for mine and creating things for my grandchildren, So, but let's get into like some of the issues that, when you started your business that you had. Nikki, what are some of the, issues that you've seen?
I thought too much. I over I overthink all the time, and it was like that movie Failure to Launch. I just overthink, thought everything, logo, everything, until finally this one of my mentors said to me, she said, Nikki, because I was like, well, I need a logo for the business card and this, that. This is a business I had. I still have it. I didn't dissolve it yet. But when I was in New York, another consulting firm, and she was just like, Nikki, just start it. Just sign it. She said, Nikki, I can't remember the last time I gave out a business card. Just start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the truth. And like, even now, like, I mean, I got 5,000 business cards made. Ask me how many I have. Probably 4,998. You know? So that was definitely the failure to launch, to actually get started. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew all of the steps I had to do. And I just didn't do it until, I got the attitude of enough is enough already. I won't know unless I try. So if you don't try, it's always a failure. You know
Right.
what I mean? So you have to try at least. You got to give yourself a shot. And so that was one of the things for me. Procrastination, big word, the big P. So
I would have to agree with you on both of those. I think my number one issue is one of my businesses was not my vision. It was my mentor's vision. So because I didn't have the vision, I wasn't in a hurry. And I was comfortable being the boss somewhere else, and a guaranteed paycheck. And it was fear as well. I was very, very scared because I was comfortable. Like I said, getting this 2-week paycheck and that's coming in. And all of that. So mine was fear, but I also think another issue that I had is I didn't think I didn't believe in myself as much as other people did.
Mm.
I don't know why. I just did. And I think again because it wasn't my vision. So it's hard to believe in something and push yourself to do it when it's not your vision. But what I can say is once I understood the vision, oh, then it was on. Game was on, and game is really on right now. But mine was just fear. I was just so scared. I mean, so I remember when I told my dad, of course, he's the first person I told that I was quitting my job. And he's like, wait a minute, are you sure? What are you doing? Have you thought this out? Blah, blah, blah. So after we talked it out, he's like, Trina, okay, whatever you want to do, I support you. I got it. And I got you. And then my aunt, I told her, and the day that I was giving my 2-week notice, she called me and prayed with me.
Mm.
So once she prayed with me, it was like, and I know to pray. I've been praying, the whole time when I knew I was going to leave. But for someone else to pray out loud was like, okay, I can do this.
Well, let me ask you this, Trina, real quick. Do you know exactly what you were scared of? Because from an outside person looking in, how could you be scared of the potentially making millions? You know what I mean? So what exactly are we scared of when we say we're scared? Because a lot of people, we say that. I wonder if we really know what we're actually scared of and why.
Well, I was afraid that I was the breadwinner and was taking care of a lot of people, that I wouldn't be able to do that anymore. And I was
Oh,
financially.
you're saying because if you went off and did your own thing, if that didn't work out, you just lost out on your good paying job.
Right. So that's
Okay.
what I was scared of. I was scared of that good paying job and then not receiving that. And when you're a small business, you make no money for 3 to 5 years in my industry. Let me just say in my
That's a
industry.
lot of people's industry. You get some immediate thing, but not the big time.
No, no, you are a small business for a long time and you do not make money. I'm telling you, for 3 to 5 years, it's 2.5 years now that I quit my job and did this full time. I'm not making money. I actually took a pay cut, a 50% pay cut
That's a lot.
to bet on myself.
Okay.
So that's a lot. 50% is a lot. So it was a lot of laying in bed for weeks and weeks and weeks and crying and praying and a whole bunch of stuff. But I can see the light, little by little, I could see the light. And again, because it wasn't my vision and I didn't clearly understand what we were doing. But the more I understand and the more my phone rings and the more contracts, come in, sign, I get it. But yeah, mine was just financially not being able to make it. So that's what I was scared of.
Okay.
Latanya, what were some of your issues when you first started some of your businesses?
I think with me, mine is the fear of money and success. I know that's backwards, but that's my fears because of my past things that happened to me in my past. They made me scared of success and money because it came to me so easily. But it was almost it was scary. Like I don't know how to explain it or whatever, but I had to teach myself not to be scared of money, and I had to teach myself not to be scared of success because it's like when you can walk in a room and everybody gravitates you to you, period, no matter what room that you're in,
Right.
that gets scary. Like when you realize the power that you have, that can be scary. You know what I mean? So, um, of course, it like everything comes from your childhood or whatever your experiences and stuff. Now I'm breaking that, so I'm not. It's not the same way. I want all my money and I want all my business and I want all the success now or whatever and stuff. But it took me a while to get there. And I'm also, one of my problems is I'm addicted to my business. I'm addicted to work. Like I
Mm.
almost don't know how to balance my personal life because I'm so addicted. It's like addiction now.
That's how I was when I worked for corporate America. I was addicted. I was working nights and weekends and on vacation and holidays and crazy stuff like that. So I can kind of understand what you're saying. And I'm really, really trying hard in my own business not to do that
But mine
because
is different. But it's different because I still go on vacation. I still roll out. But it's still like I don't like I don't really care about the personal stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? Like I make time for my grandson and whoever I need to, but everything else, it's like I'm not trying to go out party. I'm not trying to like listen, I'd rather come up with this idea that's gonna help, even if it's not just for me, because I also do strategy for companies. So people or for people, so they'll call me and I'll throw an idea at them or they'll leave me with an idea and I have like a certain time to have to get back with them to give them something else. I get more high off of that than being
Mhm.
around people because I'll be thinking that people are like fake and I just don't be wanting to deal with people and stuff. So I get a high off of that kind of stuff. It's kind of weird, but
But
No, I can understand that.
yeah, I was gonna say,
high off of working. It's a high. It's the addiction is not working. It's just the high that comes with
but I
the stuff.
think,
The result of it.
here's the question. Do we believe that's the kind of mentality, that's what it actually takes? Because it definitely is a sacrifice. That's what I'm learning now. There's some sacrifices. Like if you really want to do it, and people just have to understand, but it's a sacrifice for real. So like you saying that you're addicted to it, who cares about the other stuff? You make time for, who's important and that's it. Like, is that the mentality that we really need to have?
I think so. I,
There,
I, I think you do. I think we keep saying about this balance, right? That we want this balance, but in reality, when you're starting your own business and when you work for yourself, I don't know if you are going to have that balance for a while. I don't. I mean, because I just want to work and I just want to make money and I just want to meet everybody that I can meet that can help me make money. So, I mean,
you know what? And mine isn't about the money thing. Mine is more of I like the challenge. I like the fact of doing stuff that other people's not doing. I like the fact that I can make something and I can build something and I can have my hands in all of this stuff. And to everybody else, it seems like a lot. But when it's really put together, they're like, what the hell? Like, look at Kobe. Look at Kobe. Kobe, you can disrespect Kobe if you want, but Kobe mastered his skills. Like he studied everybody else. He did whatever it took. LeBron, he mastered who he is. You know what I mean? Like, yes, he's got his hand in these other businesses, but like he knows the business side of basketball. He knows the skill of basketball. Like he's just like, I don't know.
well, just well rounded and educated and from all
And that,
areas.
right, right,
hmm
right.
And that's what you're right. That's what we need to be.
And I never want to go work for nobody else. I never want to have to say, I just don't want to do that. So that's like a high too. That's like, no.
Yeah, I understand that because we were talking before we actually got on the air. We were talking about a home project that I was doing. They were like, "Where do you get this energy from?" I'm like, "Well, I actually work from home 3 days a week, and then I may go to the job site a couple days, or maybe I'll go one day." So it's a luxury. You're right, and because you set your own schedule. Even though I had 8 conference calls today, they were down the hall in my office.
Right.
So
So, so
Or
do
you can
we?
pack your, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Or you can pack your bags and roll. I mean, if you
oh,
That's true too.
got laptop,
absolutely, absolutely.
you don't need to know where I'm at. Or it is what it is.
I absolutely.
I was gonna say, dude. So, what do you think about? I mean, I know you said that it was really the vision, Trina, of your mentor. Um, do you think that should people start businesses if they're interested, or do entrepreneurship for things that they love or don't love? Like, and I'll tell you my spin on it. I used to think that like I have a girlfriend. I don't know if she's listening. She has her own office products business, Hey, Cherie, if you're out there in the world, I'll shout out her business because I just love this Black-owned office products business called Metropolitan Office Products. You know, I saw that she was doing her thing, her and her husband, and we went to lunch, and I said, let me just ask you some questions. And she said to me, I said to her, I said, why office products? Because I was like, it's not sexy and
It's a
nothing. And she
It's a
said,
need.
you know what she said to me? She said, well, it was really the husband's vision, but she got on board because what they are doing is creating options. She said, we could sell this business 10 years from now, but what we're doing is creating options for whatever they want to do later. And I thought, I never thought of it that way. So in question, do you think it's necessary to do something that you actually love? And I'm gonna read this little quote. I'm double tasking here. I follow income fact on Instagram, and the guy made a post that said, working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion.
I agree. I totally agree. And even though this was my mentor's vision, his vision had something in it that I do love. And it was two things. One being the boss, and two working with and two was working with people. So I do love working with people. So even though his overview wasn't, what I could see and what I could understand, two things was going to come out of that I loved. So and then I also looked at it as there are not a lot of people in my industry like me. So I said, well, if not me, then who? So I'd rather it be me than looking on the outside and someone else do it and like, well, damn, I could have done that. I should have done that. So some of it I liked and some of it I loved, and some of it I again couldn't see the vision. But I do think that in some aspect you need to love what you're doing. I mean, because how do you sell it, or how do you promote it? How do you, do any of that? And it's going to be stressful. It's a different type of stress, but I think you need to have some aspect of loving what you do.
I also think it's not for everybody. Because a lot of people argue that it seems like entrepreneurs or people that have that entrepreneur mindset try to push that on other people. And I realize that it's just not for everybody. And it's okay. Like, let's say that. It's okay if that's not what you want to do. Um, and and if you are listening and it's not you, or then that's fine too. But a lot of people, think that we actually push that on people. But I realize it's just not for everybody. So I believe it could be passionate, but I also do believe that there may be other factors on why you would want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it just probably sometimes it just makes sense. So
I think so. I personally think that everybody should have a business. It doesn't have to be a major business. It could be just something simple, just to say that they have their own. It could be makeup. It could be lipstick. It could be something really, really simple. I tell people never to quit your job unless you know that's what you really, really want to do. Um, I just think, I think even with our children that we need to start businesses with them at a young age. I'm already working on something for my grandson and he's 6. But it doesn't take away from the people who don't. But I just think that, I also think that I don't think it matters whether you have a passion or not. If you know what your business is and you're good at it, you learn it and you figure out what people want, because your business that are successful are business that people need, or services that people need. You know what I mean? So when you talked about your girlfriend's business, I automatically thought people always need business office supplies. It's gonna always be a need. So
right.
whether she likes it or not, or whether she passes it on, she's gonna always, if she's in the right area, she's gonna always get money off of that. So
Right.
And it may not be a passion attached to it or nothing exciting, but it works, and they're going to always have money, income coming in. So with my 2 businesses, I enjoy one more than I enjoy the other one, but the one that I enjoy the less is my breadwinner.
It
Isn't that
usually works out like
It's my
that.
bread.
It works
You know,
out like that. Yeah.
yeah, the media company is me being Latanya and expressing myself and giving people the opportunity to share themselves. You know, right now there's not a lot of money in there. It will be once the network starts and once the ads and all. It's gonna be the fucking beat. It's gonna be a dope when the whole concept comes together. But
Right.
it's a process. It's a freaking process.
But two things. One, like you said, you're starting something with your grandson, and I was talking to my niece, and she's 9, and she loves lip gloss, and Lord knows it's because of me. Because when she was 1, she was carrying it in her little purse. But I said, okay, so we need a little girl lip gloss line.
Right.
So I'm, reaching out to people. Look, how does this work? What we need to do, and how can she be the face of this?
Right.
So you're definitely right. We need to start them young.
And our children is way smarter than we were. Like
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I had a conversation with the guy that's over the network that I'll be with, and I was talking to him, and I just so happened every time I talk to him, his 9-year-old son is always around, and so I said, you know what, tell David that I'm gonna give him a talk show, and I'm talking mess because I could tell he had a personality. David got on the phone with me. By the time we were done in a 15-minute conversation with a 9-year-old, we've already plotted out his show. We've
Oh,
already
I
plotted
believe it.
his talk show and everything. When, I said, listen, I need you to go back and I need you to tell me how you want this to look. But I already got it the way I wanted to look in my head. I already got this little boy got personality like crazy. I'm like, if someone poured into me when I was 9, oh my freaking gosh. So it's
Yeah.
like, let's do it. You got what it takes. We just need to make sure. That joker said, listen, if I'm gonna have a show and I want to be like Ellen at 9 years old, and I'm gonna be like Ellen or Oprah, one of them, I need to interview major celebrities. I was like, well, we got to start off somewhere first. Like I like let's
But his
start off.
mind is already there, though. I love it. It's
This joker
there.
he knows about distribution. He knows all of this at 9. So I'm talking to him and I'm like, yo, I need him. I told his dad, I said, yo, I need him on my team because that mentality right there at 9, imagine how he's going to be when he's 11.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Girl,
Come on.
my daughter and I go to my son, who's the youngest, for business advice. So my son was really one of the reasons that I did quit my job. He pushed me because he's had his own business since he was 9. Now he has multiple businesses
Right.
and he's 23.
Right.
So he definitely was my number one supporter and fan and pusher and, to this day and all of that. But I want to tell people, get started. This is what, and I try not to get irritated with people, but because you know why? I'm the kind of person like you can't keep talking to me, telling me what you want to do and not working towards that. That's frustration. I get frustrated with that. I really, really do. I just want people to do it. I've even told people that I know have these wonderful ideas, and I know it's going to take them places.
Right.
Look, how much it costs to get. I know it's only $310. I know that because I did it myself. So I'm like, I will invest in you in that $300 just to get started. I just want you to get started. So I just want everybody, if you have an idea, just get your name incorporated. That's it. Just start there. You don't have to have the whole.
They don't even have to do that. Just go get your free EIN. Just go get your
Oh,
free EIN.
absolutely. Yeah.
You could start as a sole. You could start as a sole proprietor where you don't have to register that business. Just go get you an EIN. That'll get you a PPP loan and EIDL too. So I'm just letting you know. Get your
And
EIN.
the EIN is free.
It's free and it takes
It's
5
free.
minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would like, anyone that's out there that would like, welcome back.
Oh goodness. Go ahead.
Anyone that's out there that, wants to start a business and doesn't know how or just fearful, I'm open to helping people. Like I said, one of my nieces is doing her sangria line that I'm actually drinking right now. And I drink normally on all the shows, her sangria. But so I'm helping her, and my other girlfriend, she, has her trying to start her own business, and I've hooked her up with an attorney. And you just talk to people that have gone through these things and brainstorm, see how they can help you. Because that was another thing one of my girlfriends told me. She was like, well, I'm scared to ask people for help. Well, you better get unscared, because you're
Yeah.
going to be asking people for help the rest of your life if you start your own business.
So
Right.
can we talk about the costs associated?
We just did.
Huh?
We
We
did
just
when
did.
you dropped off. So Latanya was saying just get your EIN number, which is free.
Yes.
Well, first of all, figure out what you want your business to be, your name, or you have to have that to get your EIN number. But and that's the first step. That business plan and all that can come later.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Let me I got my little research hat on right here. So I'm looking at something that says the bitter truth, because a lot of people feel that they think it costs so much money, right? EIN number is free to register your name, come up with something unique or whatever to make sure nobody else has that name. Once you get it, it's $25.
Mm-hmm.
LLC, if you don't want anything associated with your personal,
Mm-hmm.
do the LLC route. That's usually $200, $225 tops, unless you are doing a business where it requires licensing, like hair, and you got to work with people if you want to do liquor, all
Right.
that stuff. That's licensing, and that's probably a little bit more money. But listen to this, right? And these are for the people that talk themselves out of stuff like that. So some people will say to start a business might be $1,300, but they'll spend $1,300 on an iPhone. Okay, that's the newest one, right? And even if you're not paying that money up front, you're paying it over time. I know how
Right.
they do; they bill you, right? Healthy groceries, $50, too expensive, but a dinner date is about $50. If that's just for you, maybe modest. Okay, 60 minutes of learning a new skill. Most people say, I wish I had time, but they have 60 minutes to watch Netflix, reality TV, etc. They say they can't afford a monthly cost, $30, can't afford it, but you'll spend $30 really easily. And I will say this, like sometimes depending on your website and stuff like that, you may have to pay some costs associated with that. But I say all that to say is that there's more than one way to skin a cat, and you believe it or not, you actually can do it. It's if you want to do it.
So before you even get to that point, here's the problem with most people. That's not what they trip off. Them not believing in themselves and not even knowing that they have a talent that's sellable is the issue. There's here's a question I'm gonna ask all of you guys on there, especially the ones who don't have your business. What are you good at? And
Yeah.
what do you enjoy doing? Can y'all all answer that? Because we always throw business information at them and all that, but they're not even on that level yet. They don't even understand the greatness and the talent that they have. So us talking about all that makes no sense to them because they're not even there yet. We got to
Right.
get them in their minds that guess what? If you know how to make those sweet potato pies, you can make money. You know
Right.
what? If you know how to make that sangria, you can freaking make money. Listen, if you
Right.
know how to do massages, you know how to braid hair. My cousin, my niece braids hair, right? Everybody, that's something very typical. She done turned herself into a traveling braiding lady. When I say that she books herself out, she travel more than I do. Listen, she be in Arkansas, she be in North Dakota, she be in Virginia and everything. She books it out for a week. She advertise. She finds these pages. She advertise, and she has them people pay her in advance. She gets her a hotel and she starts braiding. Y'all, we just, especially as Black people, I'm gonna say this: we have it in us. We are so freaking talented. We are so smart. We have got to stop sleeping on who we are and stop self-doubting who we are, because there's something that you do well that we all need, or at least
I
one or
agree.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, so
There's a market, there's a customer for you.
And
That's
not
me.
only that, I mean, if you find someone so my girlfriend knows I'm good at decorating. She's like, you need to decorate. Well, that's not what I like to do. I just want to, if you ask me to
You
do
crazy.
something,
You crazy.
I
You
mean,
crazy.
I just like doing it. Now,
Man,
maybe I could get a fixer upper show on your network.
do it.
That'll be
Why not?
fine.
Why not?
Yeah. So
We
I can do
go.
that.
You can sign up
But
for my spot.
I'm with it. I'm with it. But so she and I don't like to cook. She knows I don't like to cook. She's not really good at decorating. So I said, okay, let's do this. I come decorate for you and you cook for me for a certain amount of days. So
Right.
it may not always be money. It could be a barter system.
Right. That's true.
So you have to figure it. I mean, we just have to think outside the box. It's
Think
not
of, think
always about money to
just like
start
you
your business.
said. For instance, we're not doing it yet, and we're working on it because we just haven't made an effort because we're busy women. However, but just like she just said, Trina knows that she's good at decorating. It's her passion, it's what she loves or whatever. She could do a show and start recording this all the time. She would get clients out of that. She could get sponsorship out of it. There's so much stuff that she could get. Even end up probably on our own show on a major network, really, if it's done properly and done right. And it's all because she basically took a chance on doing something that she likes.
Right.
We have to we think of something simple and we can make it really big if we really really want it.
I agree. I agree. Just reading the comments. Hey, Carol. Yes, God put you on this show with this topic today. So I'm gonna just say about Carol. So Carol is the bomb cook. And here's the funny thing: I've never even tasted her food. I just see her food and hear people talking about her food, but I will be tasting it next week, so I'll let you know for sure. But and I told her, you need to be a chef. You need to do, you know, meals or you need to do something with cooking because she really is good at it.
Where does she
And I
live?
told her she lives here in
Carol,
DC.
let me tell you something, Carol. Every time you get in that kitchen and cook, turn on your phone.
Yeah.
You either go live or you start recording. You don't even have to go live if you're not good at that. Just turn on that camera so they can see you while you're cooking and everything and talk like you do anyways. Just do whatever you do because that's going to be one part of you that people, that's how you're going to start building up your clients. Then I mean, I don't know what you already do. Evidently people are eating your food and you're selling it and stuff, but you have all kinds of specials. You don't have to freaking have a restaurant.
Yep.
Not
Right. That's what
you
I
don't
told her.
you don't
You
have to have
know,
that.
for some of the things that we already have naturally, like that's natural to us. What's amazing is that when you sit down and you look at TV and you see stuff that's going on that was in you all along. Like think about, I'll do this comparison. I watch the Food Network. They got a show on there called Chopped. Chopped is literally about taking whatever is in the kitchen and making a meal out of it. Now, how many years have we seen our mamas
Every day. Every day.
do that? And
Right.
now there's a show? Are
And
you
they get
kidding me?
paid. And they getting paid.
They're getting paid. I
Getting
mean,
paid.
it's just a fancy kitchen. But can you imagine if we would have turned on our phones and did all of that? You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. You know what? I saw that the little floating devices that's in the water, like when you go swimming for the kids to float. It's like a long plastic tube. That's $100
That's
million
it.
business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, like I'm
We
like,
just you just have to get started. I mean, again, you just have to get started. I mean, and I'm even saying that for myself. Even though I have these two other businesses, just like Latanya said, you need to start First of all, I was doing some woodwork in my house and pulled a muscle in my back. That needed to be recorded.
Funny.
Cause look, I'm up there trying to paint like this. Cause my back hurts so bad. So I'm trying to paint like
But
this.
even with that, this is what doesn't make sense to Trina. What most people don't understand. People are gonna watch that because does Trina look like she know how to use a saw? Does Trina
I,
look like she's gonna do anything like that? No. So we're gonna watch that just to be like, she really doing that shit. Like Listen, do you know how much attention that you can get from that? Like, you break
Yeah.
stereotypes. You're pretty because they think we can't do shit, we can. So you break stereotypes, and that's a total different audience.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna start recording my shows. So the next one will be a fireplace that I'll be doing it next week after my back feels better.
Yeah.
So,
I would also say this. I know there are some people like me. I have 1,000,002 ideas and I was bad at executing. So a lot of people, they may have the ideas but maybe they're camera shy. Maybe they don't want to be out front. Well, guess what? You can get a team together, or you can pitch that idea to people that will work it for you, and you can be a silent person in the background. You don't
yeah.
have to
Don't
be at the forefront.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
saying you
Don't
can.
give people your not these
Well,
days.
not your idea, but what I'm saying is, like, let's just say, I mean, obviously, I would do something like that if I had like I don't even know if it would be a strong team, but it would be mine. But you have a team of people that, as a collective, that you guys would get together to make it work. Some people are just not the front people, the people that's going to be out front,
And a
and
lot of people
that's fine too.
and a lot of people don't even need to be up front. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
That's not everything. That was just like kind of like an idea. Like,
Right.
Carol, I just threw that at you just to get you comfortable. But that's not, you don't have to do that. But I was just throwing a different idea that you can do with your food, just to be creative. Because what you want to do, if there is 5 people, 10 people that that's already doing the same thing, you got to do something different.
Yeah.
You got to add some kind of flavor and make it different, so like, even with my company, with the branding and the media exposure that we do, like, people come to us with ideas, or they come with a talent, and we give them the ideas, and we take them to the steps of what they need to do about registering their company, coming up with their themes and all of that stuff. Most people, there's so many people that you would never expect. They have no idea how to run a business. They have
Right.
no idea about the concept, and they don't care. They don't want to do that. They just
Right.
know that they're good at this. So we got to figure out how to make you good and better at that, and how to put you out there and get you the exposure and the clients that you need.
Right.
Well, I'm definitely staying on Carol's ass. And yes, I'm mentioning her name on this show because I've been on her ass for a year. But I do like that whole record yourself. So, Carol, we're going to talk about that. And Wanda Brown said that she would like help. Inbox me your phone number. I will set up a meeting and talk to you because I just want to, we all can win. Look, it's so much money out there. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's one of the issues. Another thing my niece with the sangria was running into is people wanted to charge her just to talk to them. And I get it's a business, but and I get everybody trying to make money, but I don't know. I guess I'm just a little different, but I'm putting it out there. Anybody that, need my help or however I can assist you with starting your business and the steps that I took and some don'ts that I that I did, reach out to me. But Wanda, I did see in the comments that you said you would like some help. Inbox me your phone number and we can set up a time to talk. So I do appreciate that. Oh, Carol said me. Okay, I'm the flavor on top.
Get her.
Right.
Get her.
Carol said, you ladies inspire me. Trina, we will talk. Of course we'll talk, Carol, because I've been on your ass for a year, so I ain't easing up.
You know why I handle things a little bit different than you? Like, why I charge for mine? I help a lot of people. Believe me, I have way more just from a phone conversation. If you're smart, my friends take advantage of me all the time. But anyways, why I charge is because you find yourself helping people and wasting your time, because you'll sit there and you'll give them everything to do and they don't do anything with it. But if they pay their money, they gonna have a total different attitude.
That's with
That's why.
everything.
So that's why I
It is.
I have a $75 fee for an hour, and we're going to talk. I'm going to tell you all the things that you need to know, all the secrets. It doesn't, you listen, and you decide from there, do you want to move? What do you want to do? And it's no longer my responsibility, but I just helped you on so many different levels.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But Trina, you sit there and say, I'm going to help everybody. Just come to me and all of that stuff. You're going to be frustrated 3 months from now, because you're gonna be like, man, I sat down and I wrote the plan, because you're anal, so you're a perfectionist, so you're gonna and I had them do all these assignments, and then you're gonna be frustrated 6 months from now because they ain't did shit with it.
But let me get there. let me get to the level where I feel like I need to charge people, because you're right. I do. And my cousin Tamika, I think, is on here. And I tell even my family all the time, don't talk to me about help if you really don't want help. Don't, because you can't keep talking to me about the same thing over and over again. So you're right. I probably will get there. I'm just not there yet, there now. I just want to help people,
Right.
So if you're serious, call me and I'll help you. If you ain't, don't, because I'm gonna tell you that you're not serious. So call me in 6 months when you're serious. So
Right.
you're right. I probably will get there. I'm just not there yet, so,
Right.
but you're right. But
Right.
yeah, I tell people all the time, if you're gonna talk about the same stuff over and over again, don't call me.
You hear it all the time. You hear it from business people all the time. Two people who
Yeah,
are already in business, and it's just like, okay, y'all, when does the talking stop? Are you gonna either do it or you're not? It's like
right.
it gets old after a while.
Well, it's one thing to give advice, and then there's another thing in counseling someone and working through it with them, which is where you should probably charge. Like, I can talk to somebody for 15 minutes and 10 minutes or whatever
Yeah,
and say something, just give a nugget, because I get nuggets, I get free nuggets all the time. So I don't mind that. But it's like when it's like, okay, what you did this week, what you did this week, and all of that.
right. I'm not doing any of that. And you're not going to consume my time for free either. So, if you want a conversation, some direction, I can give you that. And if you come back to me in 6 months, say, hey, I did these 20 steps you told me to do, I'm down with that. Now I ain't gonna chase you to start
Right,
your business. I'm
right,
not gonna chase you. That's never gonna work for me.
right,
I ain't chasing you.
right.
My high school sister on here is Candy Love. She says, very informative. Thank you, ladies, for your knowledge and willing to help. Trina, I'll be reaching out soon. I'm gonna hold you to that. All of you ladies rock. I pray God continues to cover you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So can we talk about the benefits of entrepreneurship? I would like to say the number one thing is taxes. Does anybody want to elaborate? Taxes.
You don't have to. What I like about entrepreneurship is, from being a contractor to be having my own, you get more money than you would ever get when you got to share your money with somebody else.
Absolutely.
You
And
know,
everybody's trying to give you money.
everybody.
Everybody is trying to give small business money. Minority small businesses, they are really trying to give them
Oh,
money.
let me say this. I let me tell you something. Now, especially Black women-owned businesses, I get so many emails. There's so many resources that are created just for Black owned, women owned businesses in particular. Now that Kamala is there, but not only just that, the whole Black
It was
Lives
before
Matter.
Kamala.
It was before her, though.
No,
Yeah,
I know, but that's what I'm saying with
it was before her.
But what I'm saying is, I was about to go there. I'm about to say, with the whole Black Lives Movement, all of these companies that's out, that they're like pushing the envelope. They're making sure that this money is set aside and all that. This is put it like that. I say all that to say, this is a great time, if you're thinking about it, to do it.
Especially for the government, because the government has set aside for women, for veterans, they have set aside money that they're only giving to people with those classifications and certifications. So you are right. But like Nikki said, she get a lot of emails and text messages and stuff about grants. So Nikki emails me all of that, right? So she'll send it to me, and in 10 minutes, Nikki, tell me if I'm lying. I'm like, done. Application
that
complete.
was funny. That I was like, wait, what?
Because you can't play. It's a million of me out there trying to get the money.
That's true. Well,
and they only have so many open for so many people.
Right.
That's true. So Trina, can you speak to, because I know you're kind of OCD with it. Can you speak to what are some of the your habits of that you have that navigate your business, family life? Like, how do you prioritize those things? And I'm talking about include real shit like sleep, like eat, like to make sure that your
Right,
team
Donna.
is together. How do you manage that?
So for me, of course, the first thing is prayer. So every day I get up, I'm like, God, give me direction. Give me direction. But I also, I turned one of my guest rooms into an office. So in my office, I have a whiteboard, and the whiteboard has the days of the weeks and months, and it has on there everything that I need to do. In addition to that, I have it on my laptop, and it's in sync with my phone. So for me, even though it's on my laptop and my phone, I may not open up my laptop or my phone for an hour or whatever, but it's on my whiteboard where it's every single moment that I sit in this office. So I'm a visual person. So I need to see things in order to execute them sometimes. My family, they know I've had to have a talk with several family members who were used to calling me on a regular basis for so many things. And I really just had to tell them, I am not available or at your disposal like I used to be. So I just had to have a talk with people that I own a business and this is my first priority. Now, my children, when they want to talk to me, of course, I make time for that. But I also make people schedule meetings with me. If you want to talk serious with me, you have to get on my calendar because you can't just, oh, you got an hour. I don't. I never have an hour unless you're on my calendar. So you need to make an appointment with me. And I know that sounds crazy, but you will find yourself taking those 30-minute, 15-minute, hour calls. And then I didn't get to do the list that was on my whiteboard that actually had to get done.
So do you carry that stuff over to the next day, the things that you don't get done?
Yes. I check them off, but I also schedule time when I'm going to do it. So I'm like real anal with it.
All right, your girlfriends though, like when are you having those juicy conversations with your girls?
They're scheduled.
Really?
They're scheduled. Like my girlfriends and I, we've been trying to get together for a month, but either I can't get together, they can't get together. So we're not getting together until April 5th. You got to get on my calendar. And that's just how it is with my life. Unless it's my father. Let me just say that. If it's my father, if it's my father, then, daddy ain't got to get on no schedule. But for the most part, my life is run by my calendar and you have to get on my schedule.
Okay. Well, let me talk from the angle of, I have a teenager that's navigating online school and all of this. What I'm finding, so first of all, I think I'm misdiagnosed ADD person as a kid. I think I just wasn't diagnosed because my focus is all over the place. You know what's interesting? The only place or the only time that I am super anal with organization is when I travel.
You work with somebody else. About when you work
No. When I travel.
She said when she travel.
It's crazy. Like when I travel, it's 5 days. I take out a piece of paper. I'm like, Monday, I'm wearing this outfit, this one. Like I'm so structured with it. I'm like, I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing in real life. I'm supposed to just be a queen, just traveling all over the world. I don't know.
And you're going to get there. You're going to get there. Put that out in the universe.
That's right. So for me, I do have to write things down, but I'm going to talk about some of the issues that probably a little more people have than a little bit. So people say, write it down. I write it down. But guess what? I done grabbed this bag.
Wrote it down.
Huh? What'd you say?
She said you forgot where you wrote it down.
No,
yeah.
I wrote it down. I bought, so here. So, I'm a blingy, whatever. I done bought my bling book. So it's pretty and everything else. I wrote it down. I put the date on top to do this, that, wrote a whole list, right? And then guess what happens? I switch bags. And now that everyday bag that I normally carry, I switch bags because I want to wear the pink one today. Well, I picked up the bag and went out. Now I don't have my to-do book with me. So now guess what happens? I got another little book, a little pad. So now I got to remember, I'm trying to remember what I wrote on the other book and I'm writing that down. And now I have things in different places and it's too much confusion.
Nikki, you you definitely have to stop doing that. You can't write things everywhere on these little notebooks. There's a note section in your phone. Use your calendar in your phone because you're always going to have your phone. So that's why I said and I have my laptop that thinks.
I'm trying to get help, but by helping through you, and hopefully we're helping somebody else.
Yeah, but no, use your phone, because like I said, my laptop syncs to my phone. So everything that's on my laptop is on my phone. But every single thing I do from the time I get up, other than bathroom, of course, is on my phone. It is on my phone, on my calendar.
As a task with the timer?
With a task. Not a timer, but it's on there as a task.
Do you have the timer?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Do you have a schedule that you can do it like that? Like, do you have like a lot of unexpected stuff comes up and you're
yeah, I do. And then I definitely do. Yeah. And I have to rearrange things, but it's always on my phone. I always have my phone with me. That for sure, I know I'm going to have with me.
I think I need to do that, and I need to be done by April 1st with that. I need to get into that habit. They say 21 days a form of habit. I got to just do it.
And if you need me to help you, call me.
Yes.
I have to do the military. I learned this from the military because they say just in case something crash. So I have stuff in my computer or my laptop, and I have a folder for everything.
Me too.
If I get an assignment, if you say, like, if Trina says, hey, I need you to do this and it's an assignment, there's a sheet. I have a tracking system. That sheet is made for her so I can track everything, and I put everything in binder. Military taught me that, and I have not been able to let go of it. That's what saves me.
Good. That's good.
I need to have physical stuff. I can't. The computer is cool and everything, but sometimes you forget to update something and stuff. But then in my binder, I can go back to each assignment and know what notes, what happened, and so on. So.
You can't see it over here, but on my bookshelf, I have the same thing. I have folders. I have handwritten notes on the folders, and the notes inside the folders from the notebook that I tore out the notebook that I put in the folder.
I have a binder for everything.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
yes,
me too.
Okay.
Even personal stuff. I mean, I have a binder that's personal by names.
Right.
So
I got folders. I have files set up because I have different businesses, and with all these loans coming out, they always ask for your EIN, your stuff like that. So I have folders for each business, everything that's related to that.
Yeah,
the tax
I scan that stuff. I do have a lot of that stuff scanned in some. It's separated by folder and stuff.
Right.
So okay. So
even my emails, my business emails is organized in
mine too.
Incoming stuff because there's no way you can find all that.
Right. Right.
But I'm so in addition to me doing it myself, I am very supportive of actually paying somebody to do that.
You should.
Look, Nikki, figure you know what you're good at and you know what you're not good at. What you're not good at, subcontract somebody to do it. And I say subcontract, that's just the line of business I mean. but hire somebody to do what you need help with. But your strengths. So
here's the problem though. You got to figure out what's in your head. You got to get it out first before you can tell somebody.
That's true. That's true.
Nail on the head with that one, LaTanya. That was deep.
Because that was me. Because I had to do that. I like my assistant, she's teaching me, let it go. You got us for a reason. Let it go. And so that's how I had to start documenting everything. And because you think if I die tomorrow and I want my stuff to keep going, they got to have a place where they could go.
True.
Right.
See it.
Right.
That's a good way of looking at it.
So let me ask you this, Nikki. We only have a minute left, but so with your personal stuff, so like your life insurance and all that, do you have that in order in a safe or in a something?
It's in a box. Nikki, I was there.
Wait, no. My life insurance policies it's pretty much electronic, and I did say that I do have to designate somebody to know where all my stuff is, passwords.
Right.
And you do have to do that because something happened tomorrow. I mean, my son, my oldest son, he pretty much knows what to do because I tell him any and everything. So yeah, but it's clearly we need to keep talking about this, but
sure.
But we definitely to navigate through all of that in real life. It's a lot.
But But ask for help. Just ask for help.
Nikki, you also, what you have different than what we don't have is you have a child. You have a child who's active in a lot of stuff.
Very needy.
And then you have a man and stuff. Me and Trina don't have that stuff. So
Right. But even when I did, I mean, I still had to stay organized. And then I had to stay even more organized because I had to organize their damn activities and what they were doing.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
They had a file too.
All of that, but go ahead.
Right. So we're out of time. I mean, that went by Jesus. We're out of time. But again, if anyone needs help, or conversation or pointed in the right direction, please call me, inbox me, or something. Get a hold of me. If you have not started your business, but you have it in your head what you want to do, get it out your head. And do it. Just get it out your head and do it. So I appreciate everyone listening, tuning in, all of the great comments. I appreciate that. Thank you, Angie. I hope I feel better too. I will, because I have another project next week. So, and that I'll be recording, thanks to Latanya from this show. So thank you all. Latanya, Nikki, you want to say any closing words?
I have an idea for next week's show.
Oh, what is it? Okay.
Functional depression. And I thought of that because I thought about that with Nikki when you was talking about you take one bag and you take another bag and all of that stuff. Maybe the functional depression is not the proper word.
I don't know. I'm not depressed.
No. I don't mean it like that. There's a lot of things that we do and don't understand that there's something associated to why we do it. Like when you don't clean up the room, it's because you're going through something mentally and you're cluttered in everything and stuff like that. But once you clean your room, it starts to be clear.
Yes, yeah, right.
I like that. So, okay. So what is the topic? Functioning, dysfunctioning something. I don't know. But I do like that.
Right.
It's
right.
Functioning. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
You guys get the drift.
Right. So tune in next week so you can see what we're talking about. Everybody have a good evening.
All right, bye.